When it comes to building a personal brand, it can feel very overwhelming or maybe even confusing because you may feel like your brand has to look like this person or these people, or that you have to share things that you don't want to share. Well, in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how to build a strong personal brand that is comfortable for you, but also reaches the people you want it to reach. So, welcome back here to my channel where we post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about all things business, entrepreneurship, marketing, and all that. And so, if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel so I can help you to be able to build a strong business online. So, as you know, my name is Keenya Kelly, and here's the deal about that. My actual name is Keenya Kelly Griffin. Okay. I have people on Facebook that say, "Did you get married?" And I'm like, "No, I did not get married. That is actually my name." But I decided that if I was going to build a brand online, that I wanted to have a name that would never change. Like, I'm somebody who, when I get married, I'll take on my husband's last name, but I didn't want to have to deal with that with the business that I've been building for however long that I've been building it. So I decided to choose the name Keenya Kelly. Kelly is my middle name. So a lot of people like call me Keenya Kelly and don't really realize that my last name is Griffin, okay? But anyway, so when it comes to getting started, building a personal brand, one of the first things you want to ask yourself is, what do you want people to call you? Okay, what do you want people to call you? So back in the day, I was in a network marketing company. There's a photo of me right here when I was 21 on stage in front of like 12,000 people. And everybody called me Keenya Kelly Griffin because I always went by Keenya Kelly Griffin. All right. And so that was my personal brand. And then when I decided to actually launch out into my brand this way as a consultant and all that, I dropped the Griffin and went with just Kelly. So I want you to decide first, what do you want people to actually call you? Yours could be one name. It could be a dot something. It could be whatever the name is that you want to be called. But you do have to choose what that is, okay? The next thing I want you to determine is, what do you want your brand to represent, right? Like, what aspects of you do you want your brand to represent? So for me, it's definitely business, it's definitely marketing, encouragement, and then my faith as a Jesus loving entrepreneur, right? And so I made that decision. I did not let social media or the public make that decision for me. I made that decision because when you're talking about building a strong personal brand, it has to stand with you, which means you have to be able to stand behind it. And one of the easiest ways to have a brand that you can stand behind is to just be yourself. Okay, it is just to be yourself because it's so hard to live up to these personal brands if it's not actually us. So I've heard the stories of people who were dating someone and said they were a huge vegan and they actually were not vegan, right? And it's like, it's okay if you're not vegan, but if you are building this brand that you kind of gotta, stand behind that. You know what I mean? So ask yourself, what is it that you want to be known for with this personal brand? It could be hair, it could be fashion, it could be whatever your thing is. And it doesn't have to be one thing. Like you heard me say, it's business, marketing, encouragement, and my relationship with God, right? And so I decided that. And so because I decided that, then when it's time to choose who I am focusing on, it made it a little bit easier because the next aspect of your brand is, who does your personal brand serve? Because it's one thing if it's just all about you, right? It's great to be all about you, but you're not going to grow following or you're not going to grow like sell products and services if it stays all about you, even if it's your name, right? So ask yourself, with what you're creating, with what you stand for, who is it that is going to be served when they start to experience you? When they watch you on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or see you on stage at a conference, whatever, who is it that is like, this is my girl, this is my dude, right? That you have to decide who that is, because when you start to build a personal brand online, you're going to be speaking to those people. So right now, I'm speaking to you. you're someone who wants to or is building a personal brand online, and this is why you're following me. You are perfectly okay that I'm talking about my relationship with God. You're okay that I talk about encouragement in business. Even though you may not be into all the things that I'm into, something about me said, yeah, I like her, or whatever that is. And that is what you want to have happen with you and your personal brand, but you have to decide who that is. Is it a woman or a male? Is it both? What's their age range? How much money do they make? Meaning, like, some of my friends are very wealthy, right? And you can tell by the things that they do, all the stuff, right? And they're appealing to that person, right? Another one of my friends is very wealthy as well, but she often shows us the things she's getting off of Amazon, how much she loves this dress and these shoes from Amazon. And people are amazed that her stuff is from Amazon because she's like, I'm for the every girl. Don't get it twisted. I got this expensive bag. I got this and I got this. But on a regular day, I am wearing these shoes from Amazon and this, and this. You see what I mean? And so she's talking directly to her person, to her people. Does that make sense? It's like, you guys know I love me some Target. I love me some Ross. People always try to cancel me because I buy things from Shein and Temu. I get it. But I'm for the girl who says, listen, I'm just trying some things because I ain't wealthy like all the people. You know what I mean? And so I've been trying my hand at fashion a lot. And it's easier for me to try my hand at fashion with an item that costs $5 and I can get 20 of them versus an item that costs $2,000 and I can only get one of them. You know what I mean? But not here nor there. So you have to know who your people are. So what are their race? What are their age? How much income do they make? Where do they shop? How do they talk? What do they watch on TV? And the reason why you're wanting to know all this is not because you're trying to box out other races, box out other genders. It's so when you're creating content, that you're speaking directly to them, right? So I'll tell you who mine is. So mine is a female. I love the men, but mine is a female. She is over 30. She makes about $60,000+ a year. She drives a nice car, but it doesn't have to be super expensive. She does have nice purses, but she shops at Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and some of the nice places. She does love people like Beyonce and maybe Taylor Swift, but she also is into her religious music, like Christian music or what have you. She may watch a little bit of reality TV. Specifically, she watches Love is Blind. She doesn't have to be married. She is positive. She is all about self-care, self-growth. She's all about, growing. She's all about supporting her friends and her people. And she is not really one to get jealous of people. She's not one to really tear down people. And she's just not like that, right? That is my girl, right? Now, some of you watching, you may not fit into all those things, but you fit into some of them. And I'm talking to you, right? It's like, I watch people and I don't fit into 100% of their lifestyle, but there's aspects of them that I am just like, yes, and this is why I follow you, okay? So when you're talking about developing a strong personal brand, it first starts with you. It first starts with, how do you think? How do you process? How do you feel? What is you on your regular everyday life? Then how do you want to serve people? What is it you want people to get from you when they start engaging with your content, when they start watching your content? And then what is it you want them to do, right? So for me, at some point in time, you guys may see me talk a little bit about my hair, maybe a little bit, not a whole lot. You may see me talking a little bit about decorating and fashion, a little bit in the midst of my regular marketing teaching or whatever. But for the most part, it is about business, marketing, encouragement, my relationship with God, right? And so if you see me on live stream, my cats, there's a whole deal with me and the live stream or whatever, my cats. But you know what I mean? Right now, while I'm filming this, my cats are fighting outside of my door and I'm hoping nobody starts to scream, but it could happen, right? So anyway, so that is how you start to build a strong online personal brand. It starts with you, okay? So if you have questions about this, I want you to ask me in the comments because I want to assist you, all right? And so also, if you have you're trying to build a personal brand and you're like, I need some help, I would love to coach you. I do one-on-one coaching. You can book a session with me. There's a link below, KeenyaKelly.com/laser coaching. And I would love to be able to help you build a personal brand and make money online. Okay. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like and write a comment and then subscribe to the channel because a new video comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.